Hi dear traders! Throughout August, US stock indices were rising, but this Friday all gains were offset by a comment made by Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. In his speech at the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium, Powell confirmed the central bank's commitment to bring inflation down to the annual target of 2%. Following his words, the Dow Jones slumped by 1,000 points. Learn more about how forex, crypto and commodities markets reacted to this news in our video review. The US dollar index, which measures its value against the basket of 6 major currencies, returned close to a 20-year high of 109. Investors assume that the Fed will further raise the rate despite slowing consumer prices. Thus, the data published on Friday showed that the PCE price index was lower than expected. Meanwhile, the single European currency dropped below the parity level amid Fed's hawkish policy and the pessimistic outlook for the European economy. The euro-dollar pair is holding near the 20-year low due to the continued acceleration in energy and natural gas prices. The region is facing a serious energy crisis and recession. Consumer confidence in Germany, Europe's leading economy, at its lowest level. This week, the data on inflation for August will be published in Europe. The forecasts are quite gloomy, which can force the ECB to raise the rate by another 50 basis points. Yet, the European economy is vulnerable now and is not ready for monetary tightening. The British pound retreated further against the US dollar last week. The pound-dollar pair declined to its lowest level since March 2020, when the pandemic was raging. The UK is also struggling with high inflation. Soaring consumer prices are affecting consumer activity. Besides, there is a political instability in the UK caused by an upcoming election of the new Prime Minister in September. Bitcoin also entered the bear market. Its price went below the level of $20,000 per token. First, the quote repeated the trajectory of major currencies and then dropped amid a stronger US dollar that was supported by Jerome Powell's speech. Yet some analysts see this decline as an opportunity to add more buy positions on Bitcoin and at a good price. Before making any decisions, we recommend that traders should carry out a deep technical and fundamental analysis. By the way, you can learn more about cryptocurrencies from our daily video reviews on our channel. In the commodities market, traders were actively buying oil last week. A price hike was prompted by Saudi Arabia, who said it was going to cut its output in order to avoid a sharp depreciation of oil prices when Iran returns to the market. For your reference, Europe and the US resumed talks with Iran regarding the nuclear deal. This pushed the price of BRENT above $100 per barrel. As for gold, it went under strong pressure from comments made by the US Federal Reserve Chair. The precious metal is losing its shine among investors due to a rate hike and is giving way to US government bonds. If the Fed's rhetoric about aggressive monetary policy intensifies, gold will continue to lose ground. Last trading week turned out to be quite volatile, and which way markets will go this week you will learn very soon from our daily news reports. Don't miss also our traditional weekly review, which is due tomorrow on InstaForex TV channel. See you soon!